Morning everyone. So it is currently 11:40. Miss Kelsey is down for her first nap today. She usually takes 2, but we are 1 week post-surgery today. So today is March 22nd, 2021, and Kelsey had her surgery on March 15th, so last Monday. I just wanted to give you guys an update on how she's doing and some activities that we do now that she's in a body cast, because I now have a very bored baby that can't move around. So I'll kind of touch up on what we do and what she plays with and what she wears in this video. To start, I wanted to give you guys kind of a background on who we are and go through kind of her diagnosis, when we found out, how we found out, and all of that good stuff. So if you're wanting to kind of know and learn about our family, keep watching. A little bit about our family before I go into depth about how Kelsey is doing. My husband and I found out that we were pregnant in November 2019. As everybody knows, in March of 2020, we fell into a pandemic and things changed drastically for my pregnancy, for my appointments. Luckily, my husband was able to come to every appointment up until the last 4, because those are a week apart, and just he couldn't take the time off every single week to be with me there, but that was our choice. Because of COVID, we were not able to get our last 2 ultrasounds. So we did not know that my daughter was breech, and we did not find out that she was breech until I was in labor and I had already dilated to a 4. So she went into the birth canal hip first. When we found out that she was breech, the doctor automatically said, it's time for a C-section, we got to get this baby out of here. While we were in the hospital, we noticed that when she would lay down on her back, she wouldn't put her feet down. So instead of laying flat like this, she laid at like a 90-degree angle with her feet straight up in the air. And at first we thought it was just like this, I don't know, cute little thing because she had just come out of the womb. And I asked the doctor about it and asked him if he would take a look at her hips just to make sure that everything was okay. And sure enough, we found out that she had hip dysplasia. Like I said in my last video, hip dysplasia is very common in babies that are firstborn, girls, and breech. And she happened to be all 3 of those things. So she kind of just fell into that percentage of babies that are going to have hip dysplasia. When we found out that she had hip dysplasia, they had put her in a brace, and it went across her shoulders, across like under her chest, down to her legs, and it held her legs at a 90-degree angle. And we were in this cast for 12 weeks. And over the course of that 12 weeks, we saw the doctor for adjustments once a week. About when that 12-week mark hit and we realized that her left hip just wasn't cooperating and wasn't going into the socket properly, that's when we knew other actions needed to be taken, which is not the easiest decision when you're holding your 12-week-old baby and talking to a surgeon about cutting into her. I understand that it's not invasive, and well, the first one wasn't invasive, and there's many of other things that are much worse. But as a new mom, in your eyes, they're not making a 1mm incision. They're cutting your daughter's leg off. So we had switched doctors and went with a pediatric surgeon. He kind of gave us a rundown of what we were going to try. So the first surgery was just a 1mm incision on the inside of her bikini line. And he went in, cut the tendon, put her in a spica cast, and she was in that cast for about 6 weeks. When she was out of that cast, they put her into a soft cast, which is a plastic cast that has like Velcro on it. It can come off, so she was able to like take a bath and stuff. And we tried that for about another 6 weeks. When that was not successful and we went back to the surgeon for a check, he said, I think it's time to take action and do a second surgery. We scheduled it for 2 months out. At the time, we were in January, and we scheduled the surgery for March 15th. At her pre-op appointment, we went over, the procedure. It was going to be more invasive surgery for her. which meant a longer stay in the hospital, which you guys have already seen at this point. Here we are a week later, and little Miss Kelsey is doing really well. She was on hydrocodone with Tylenol, and then just Tylenol every 4 to 6 hours to manage pain here at home. And we did that for probably 3 days, but I noticed that that narcotic was making her sick, and so I just wanted her off of it as soon as possible, because I personally don't like the way that I feel on a narcotic, so I can't imagine it's any better for a small child. So now she is just taking Tylenol as needed a week later. She actually hasn't really needed any, except for maybe at bedtime to kind of keep her comfortable through the night. We had spoke with the doctor about long-term effects of her hip surgery. Mind you, we don't know if that one was the last one, last Monday. We are just kind of taking it surgery by surgery. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that that was the last surgery and that does it. She will be in this cast that she has on now for 8 weeks. Then she will be put into a soft cast again, which is that soft plastic one. And once she is in that cast, I will update you guys and kind of show you what that one looks like as well. She actually does have an appointment March 30th, so in about a week and a half. When we go to that appointment, I will show you guys how to buckle her into the car. I realized I didn't do that in the first video because it was cold outside. I didn't want to have the doors open longer than necessary. So we just wanted to get her home and get her comfortable and kind of wash off the hospital and just be in our element. So once we go to that appointment on the 30th, I will record how to put her in her seatbelt and buckle her in and, you know, what that looks like. Sorry, if you see me looking down, it's because I have notes here that I kind of want to touch on because I'm sure that there are a lot of questions. I know that I had a lot of questions before my daughter had surgery, and surprisingly enough, I couldn't find hardly anything on YouTube about hip dysplasia surgery for an 8-month-old. Long-term effects. So we had talked to her doctor about what this means for her future. I would really like to put her in tumbling, in sports, you know, keep her busy. I believe that a tired, busy child is a well-behaved child. So I would really like to put her in tumbling when she's able to walk, just to get that energy out, just to keep her flexible. And the doctor did say that that would be great for her hips, to be able to keep her flexible and stretching and all of that stuff. He also said that none of these surgeries at this age are going to affect any kind of milestone. So her rolling over, the last time she got her cast off, she was rolling over probably the next day. So we didn't have any trouble with that. Her walking, right? So, or her crawling, for instance. Let's start there, her crawling. So she was almost able to crawl right before this surgery. I'm hoping that once that cast is off, she's just gonna start crawling, walking, and running the world. He said it will not touch her milestones whatsoever. She will be out of this cast at an appropriate age that babies normally start walking. So that's wonderful. Not worried about that. And then it's not going to affect her wanting to play sports, wanting to go into tumbling or dance or anything of that nature at all. So another thing, I was going to show you guys a couple of the toys that we play with now, because little Miss Kelsey is in a cast and was able to roll around and kind of get where she needed to go by scooting or grabbing the sides of something and pulling around, and now she can't. So in preparation for this surgery, I had ordered a couple of toys that I thought would keep her busy. They are age appropriate and they kind of keep her busy. So the first one that I wanted to show you guys, I'm not really sure what it's called. I personally call it like a little jumping bean toy, because you push, these are little like dowels here that you put in the hole. And when you push down on it, let me see if I can get this. When you push down on it, it jumps out. So she really likes this because she can push down and it flies, and then mommy runs and picks them up. The next one that I got is just this really simple 3-circle puzzle. And this is really nice because she already knows that she can pick this up and put it back down on all of them. Sometimes we have to take this little guy because naturally everything goes right into her mouth. But for the most part, she kind of gets the idea of this toy already, which is great. Another one that we bought is called a cup and egg, and this one's simple, a very simple toy, but very, like, you can kind of see her wheels turning when she's playing with it. It's just that, an egg in a cup. So this is meant to show her this egg has a place. Hey, this egg fits in here. So she does that. She will like take it out and kind of look, put this in her mouth, as always. And then this shakes, makes noise. And then she sets it right back there. And you really can see her wheels turning like, hey, this fits there, very nice, you know? So these little guys, I also ordered separate. This one comes with an egg that's just this color, this wood color. So to make it interesting, I ordered 6 of these guys. I only have 4 of them here. I think she has the other 2 somewhere. But they're all painted different. So this one's like a little bug or beetle of some sort. This one's just painted red with a bunch of lines. This one's another little blue bug, and this one's like a little ladybug. And they all shake. So that's a plus. Music, right? Another thing that we do are books. She likes the little taggies on the books. So we have a bunch of different kinds of books here. A friend of mine actually got her this book in a little care packet that she brought over for us, which was super nice. But it's got this fur for the animals, so Kelsey can touch the fur. Her favorite is the puppy, but we live in a home with 3 doggies, so naturally she's a dog lover. But it's just a cute little book, and it has all the little touchy-feely parts on it. We do that. I did want to mention a friend of mine who actually moved away makes all different kinds of personalized things. Cups, shirts, bears. So this is for Easter. Kelsey hasn't seen this yet. We ordered her a little bear, and she loves teddy bears. What's cute about this one is my friend put her name on it, Kelsey Ray, and then it says, "My first Easter 2021. So freaking cute, so soft. I will put her link in my description once I get a hold of her and ask her if I can post about it. I also had another one made. We just had another baby born in the family in February, and I made him one too. Look who decided to join us. Can you say hello? So now that little Miss Kelsey is awake, I can kind of go over clothes and stuff with you. Sorry for the angle. But like this little dress here, we ordered it, and I believe this is an 18-month. It might even be a little bit bigger. It fits down over the cast here, and she looks super cute in it, huh? Another thing is, here's the cast a little bit better. So it does hold her feet. The diaper area is open so that we can change her, obviously. And then there is a little cutout where her tummy is, right here. So it goes all the way up to here on her. So it's a full body cast here. And it is a learning curve, how to change the diaper and whatnot, because, you know, it's not the easiest. And the cast is pretty heavy. So it's just kind of a learning curve. One thing to note too, when your child is in a body cast, is you have to keep moving them. So you can't just let her sit in one spot all the time, because she'll get sores. So when she sleeps, we prop her up on a pillow. We will have a pillow down the side, and then every 4 or so hours, I get to wake up and kind of rotate her. So that way she doesn't get pressure sores. Like sitting her up maybe a little bit more, or leaning her back a little bit more. We can't really do tummy time very much. Sometimes I will, when I'm holding her on my lap, kind of lean her forward so that her back gets a break from sitting up against the hard cast. But for the most part, she's just a happy baby. It's like nothing ever happened. And we are doing so well, huh? Yeah. We really appreciate you guys kind of following along with us and checking in on Miss Kelsey here. If you guys have any questions, I will turn the comments on in this video. I did turn them off in my last video because I don't want a diagnosis. We've spoke with many of doctors before performing both of these surgeries. We came down to that was the best decision for our daughter and our family. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to post them in the comments. Suggestions on like toys and stuff that she can play with to kind of keep her busy, just let us know. We would really appreciate the feedback. Feel free to send us some love in the comments. Thank you guys, and we will update you next week for her appointment. Say bye-bye.